And I'll come back in with my finger and smooth that up. And after it dries, if I find that I get a dab or two on the window glass, I can just take my putty knife and kind of clean her back up like that. I've showed you how to caulk the cracks around your windows, so let's move to the exterior walls and the foundation, and we'll see how to fill the cracks there. This is a common problem area here where the water line comes through the siding. They've drilled a hole in the siding itself for the line, and it's our job now to caulk it up. So we'll apply a little caulk around the water fitting here and seal that up. I'd like to show you something while I'm here. As you're caulking along and you're squeezing the trigger, you'll notice that when you stop squeezing the trigger, that caulk continues to come out of the gun. If you will merely release the plunger and pull it back, that'll stop the flow and you won't have caulk running out of the end of your gun all day. Now here we've got a hole in the foundation, and I'm afraid that if I just put my caulk gun in there and start squeezing, that I'll empty a whole tube of caulk in there, because it'll just go straight through and fall out underneath the house. So what I want to do in this case is I want to take some material that I found this foam rubber in the trash can this morning and stuff it in there before I caulk. That way I'll have some kind of backing behind the caulk, and I won't waste it.
How will I know if a hole is too big to just caulk it?
Well, what I use as a gauge is if I can get my little finger into a hole, I know that it's too big and I need to put something in there first to back it. And then I can go ahead and put my caulk in, and it won't take as much. Also, if I find that I've got a crack that's more than 1/4 of an inch wide, I need to put something in there before I caulk. Now let's move on down the foundation here to another area that most of us have got on our houses, and that is where we've got a vent. We want to close these vents up in the wintertime, and the best and the easiest, quickest way to do it is to take something like a piece of foam rubber or perhaps even some rags and just put them in the hole. You see, this brick in here doesn't do us any good because it doesn't close the hole. Now, let's go back around to the front of the house, because there's something that I want to show you with the weather stripping that we did earlier that we're going to use our caulk for. When we installed this weather stripping, we did a good job, but I want to show you something. The nails that we use to install this weather stripping can work themselves out as the years go by, and air will be able to sneak in behind it, and we don't want that. So what I'm going to show you is if you'll put a thin bead of caulk right down along that weather stripping, that'll stop that potential air leak that might get in there. Come right on down with it. And that's that. Well, that concludes my tips on caulking and weather stripping, and I hope that you now feel as strongly as I do that caulking and weather stripping is a do-it-yourself job, it's inexpensive, and it doesn't take a lot of time.
Now, isn't that something? I can do this and weather stripping too, just like I thought. Old dogs and any kind of folks can learn. Just takes a willing learner and a good teacher. Oh, by the way, if you didn't get it the first time, all you have to do is slip in this video cassette and listen to the teacher again. Isn't that something, these newfangled inventions? Video cassettes, caulking guns, and me.